Hello, my name is Alina. Welcome back to watercolor exercises. I hope our last exercise, Blue Mountains, went well. Today we will paint two green trees. Before you start drawing, I think it is a good idea to take your dog for a walk if you have one and take a closer look at some trees. Right. Let's do a quick sketch of a tree. I like to have one big tree here. The tree has round shape at the top, and at the bottom we have a feeling that the branches are going more down, so I like to create some openings that will suggest this. And usually at the bottom the branches are not that dense as the branches at the top, so let me add a little one here at the bottom. I like to have a tree trunk here, something like that. And now I like to add another tree behind. Because it will be behind, it will be farther away, I will draw it a little smaller. Its branches also will go down and the tree trunk will add up higher. This is how we will add a little perspective to our drawing. To paint our green tree, we will use mainly three colors. It will be green. This is olive green, but you also can use sap green or any other green. I like to also use lemon yellow to warm my green a little bit, and I like to use ultramarine blue to cool the green a little bit. Later for the trunk, I think I'll use brown. It can be burnt sienna or burnt umber. So let's begin. I like to start with lighter green, so I'm mixing a little bit of lemon yellow to my green to make it more fresh and vivid. I'm using number 10 brush, but if you feel like your tree is bigger, you can use bigger brush, and opposite, if your tree is smaller, you can use smaller brush. As you see, I'm covering all the tree. I'm trying to do some interesting edges. I'm going through it, but at the edges I'm trying to use the tip of my brush to make it not that smooth. And I'm just covering both of them. And for the trunks, I will use burnt sienna. And I'm waiting until everything will dry. The trees are dry. Now let's add darker green to them. I'm mixing my olive green with my ultramarine blue. Look how much darker the green is right now. I like to have a sunny part on my right. The sun will be somewhere here on the right, so my shadows and my darker greens will be on the left. Because I have two trees, I like to start with the one at the back, and this is what I'm doing is I'm just sparing the front or the right side of the front tree, and I'm just filling the other tree with green, the back tree, and the darks will be down there and less darks at the top. And I like to smooth these edges so these darker greens will go gradually to my lighter greens. Oh, very nice. Now I like to shape this tree. For this step, the branches have to be completely dry. And when you are looking at your picture, you probably have feeling that those branches are in front of the tree. I show you a simple trick how to push them farther in. I'm using smaller brush now, it's number 4. And what I will do, I will put the darker application on top of those branches. Probably you will see more here on that larger tree. So you see this as I'm creating shadow part, and those trees, those trunks and branches are vanishing in those shadows. And here. And also I like to do some more shadows in the bottom of the tree here. And at this point I also like to add more shadows on the left side of my tree. You can add a little bit of water to smooth some greens. But not much. And as you can see, the branches are not in front of the tree, but they are farther back. Now I'm always thinking about picture, how to make it nicer. I like to add a little bit of grass under this tree. One and the other. It will be nice. Nice little grass. Isn't it nice? Alright, well, I also think about adding a little bit of sky. You can stop your exercise here, but I like to try to add a sky to my painting. And if you will feel like, oh, it is like too much, so you can stop here. I like to add a little bit of sky. And on this side I will leave a little gap between the tree and my sky, and it will look nice because it will look like the sun is shining that much that it marks the leaves on white. At the bottom of the sky I just like to add just water, because you know that the sky closer to the horizon is always lighter. And let me do the same on this side of the tree, but this time I will not leave the gap because there is a shadow part. So I will go with my blue sky to the tree. The tree is dry, so I'm not afraid about destroying what I've got here. Here is the moment where I start adding water. And it would be nice to have something at the horizon, right? So let me add just green line. It will show that this is maybe some kind of field or something. And if the field is appearing on one side of the trunk, it necessarily have to go to the other side too, right? Here you go. I will add a little bit of water here to smooth it like this. So you see, it's a nice painting. Nice little painting indeed. The grass is dry. Now let's add shadow that is under the tree. I'm using just blue color, and under this tree we will have a lot of shadow, right? So let me put that blue in here, and shadow under this tree also will go. Let's move it like here. And now let's have another shadow from something that is growing here, but you cannot see it. And I really always like to smooth my shadows. And in this case, because there is a grass, you know, you can smooth it, or you can create an illusion that there are some grassy areas which are in shadows, something like this. This painting is done. I like it a lot. I like how this bigger and closer tree is standing in front of this one. Now I want you to do another exercise. It will be a very quick one. On this side I want you to do similar trees, but this time I don't want you to draw them first. You will be much looser, and you will like this exercise better than this one. I will use the same brushes and I will use the same colors, just it will not be sketch first. Alright guys, let's compare these two. So this is the last picture and here is the previous one. That one was sketched first and that was done freehand. I don't see much difference between them, although I see that my colors here are more rich, and I really like the sky much better here on this picture. And what else is that I had more fun doing trees without pencil, because I could play with my brush to create some interesting edge for my trees. That's it for today. I hope you are practicing with me. Please share how it is going in the comments below. You can also post your pictures on my fan page on Facebook. It's Alina Kurbiel Art. You will find me, and I will also put a link to my fan page in the descriptions. So please let me know. Have a happy painting. Goodbye. Bye. No. No. Bad kitty. No, you cannot do this to me. Hey. I want to just draw. I just want to draw.